Well, hello, YouTubers. I am back. Another video. Fanaya. Well, what should we talk about? I know what we should talk about. The government shutdown. Doom, doom, doom. It's official. The government is shut down. Look around you. Don't you see? It's all shut down. There's nothing you can do about it. Just gonna have to ride this out. Try to make do. I don't know, maybe you want to stock up on, I don't know, batteries or fruit snacks. I don't know, maybe some Windex. I don't know, just stock up on stupid shit. Because the government's shut down. You never know what you may need. You know, this is gonna affect us all, you know. Government shutdown. Who cares? They're always talking about shutdowns. They're always, you know, getting right up to the minute of shutting down, and they don't. So they shut it down this time. The last time was during Trump's administration. So this is pretty funny that all these shutdowns come during Trump. I don't know. For me, it's kind of telling. Kind of shows me. You know, when the Democrats decide to fight. Like now, you mean you couldn't fight before when we needed you to? Now you want to? It's just, you know, the picking and the choosing is just, it's a little much for me. And it becomes, I don't know, it becomes obvious at this point. And again, you know, for me, I just see it as a distraction. Not only a distraction, I see it as part of a play in a playbook. You see, I mean, I don't vote, but I believe what Donald Trump is trying to do is take us off one system and put us into another system. And the best way, I mean, I've worked for a lot of companies, and when they do something like this, the best thing for them to do, and I've seen it lots of times, to kind of thin out the herd in the company. Once they thin out the herd in the company and they get rid of some people, then the small amount that they have, well, that's the small amount they integrate into this new system. You're not integrating useless people who are going to be fired later or whatever. So I think that's what he's doing right now. Plus he's been trying to get rid of a lot of people, which, you know what? I applaud. Like I said, I'm not a voter. I've never voted for Donald Trump. After Obama, I didn't vote for Obama. I voted for Bernie Sanders. But after that, I was like, I'm done. Well, when I wasn't done, I was gonna vote for Bernie when Biden's and when it was Trump and Biden's, and I was just like, oh no, can't have no Biden's, well, y'all saw what happened. The Democrats purposely tanked Bernie, and I was just like, well, purposely tanked, or was Bernie playing along? Either way, Democrats doing that, possibly Bernie playing along, that was it for me. After COVID too, you know, I started learning more about how the world really works and how they neglected to tell us how this world really works. And because we don't know how the world really works, we fall for these situations that happen. We fall into these traps that have been set and laid open for us. Voting's one of those traps. You're consenting. Whatever they do, you're saying, I consent to it. So, you know, it doesn't matter who you're voting for, left or right. They're basically on the same team. They do things differently. Yes, maybe one group was a little bit cleaner than the other, but they still got dirt. They're still both dirty. And, they're all playing by a script. And if they're not all playing by a script, the majority that are playing by a script force the hands of the other ones who aren't playing along by the script. So, case in point, ICE and National Guard. You people that are out there, you're being played in so many different ways. You people that are out there protesting ICE and National Guard. Let me tell you how. You're being played to make a whole entire movement look stupid and delusional. And brilliant. It has worked brilliantly. Because, yes, I think, although, I understand why you're doing it. In some cases, some people's rhetorics out there is like, okay, maybe this person is paying attention. Maybe this person is awake. But some of the other ones, it's just like, oh, this person's an idiot. I'm sure you were born here, but somehow we need to deport you as well. Anywho, point of the matter is, all the people that are out there are being used. They're being used as pawns to make that movement look stupid, to discredit it, to discredit anyone who's part of that movement. You see, to a person like me, who takes my dog on a walk, has to walk over homeless people, have to watch them beg for money off the off-ramps, and then I'm like, oh, I feel bad for you. You have to beg for money. And then 5 minutes later, I see you in the corner with your drug dealer doing drugs. Don't feel bad for you anymore. In fact, I don't even want you here. I don't even want to look at you, because now I feel like just, and to deal with it, to have these people come at me, to have these people try and assault me, to be successful in assaulting me, and at the same time as being successful in assaulting, calling the police and lying about why you had to assault me, that I was assaulting you. And if there weren't cameras, oh my God. I would be locked up somewhere if it weren't for cameras. I guess you could say the moral of this story is get yourself some cameras. I think you're going to need them in the future, because these homeless, criminal, drug addicts that are roaming the streets know how to manipulate the cops and get you in trouble. And without cameras, wouldn't that be something for you to have to go to jail because some addict is lying about what happened? Let me tell you, get some cameras. Anywho, going through all of that, seeing it firsthand every day, not only every day, every 3 hours there's something going down in the parking lot, there's something going down in the street. And then to hear people just be okay with it. Yesterday, I was walking my dog off the leash, just walking around, not even, just in a little circle in front of the job site, and this lady's yelling at me, "Where's your dog's leash? Penal code." And then she went off with this penal code, which I don't fucking care, lady. You can shove that penal code right up your ass. I don't care. Okay? Starts shouting out penal code at me, and so I excuse me? I didn't hear what she said because I had my headphones on. Just take them off, starts shouting, "Where's your leash?" Starts yelling out penal code, and I was like, oh, put it right back in and kept walking. What do you want me to do? Am I supposed to shout back to her? Am I supposed to explain to her I just left the job site across the street? Why should I even entertain this person? And even give her the time of day to even... No. But see, these are the same individuals that walk by these homeless people, not care that they're shitting on the sidewalk, not caring about, not calling up the city and making them cover up this graffiti. Yet you expect me to cover up the graffiti on, the gates that we have on our construction site. And you expect me to have my dog on a leash, but you don't expect these homeless people to at least, I don't know, get some help. And I watched later on that day, the police go to another homeless person who's laid out on the middle of the sidewalk. In order to walk through, you would have to walk over him. People are walking on a busy street to get around him. Cops come, I'm assuming, ask him for his information, how he's doing, just checking to see if he was dead or not. I just watch, and eventually she goes to her car, goes to her trunk, gets out a yellow blanket, which isn't even a real blanket. It's like some paper mache blanket, gives it to him, and then she takes off. Is this really what you think and believe is caring for the homeless? You really think you're doing that homeless guy some sort of service by giving him a paper blanket? This guy, I don't know what's wrong in their lives. Whether it's their fault or someone else did something to them to put them here, or they've got mental problems, or they're just depressed, or we don't know. But them being homeless and on the street and begging for money and not going anywhere, not getting a shower, not doing anything, not caring, clearly there's an issue. Clearly something needs to be fixed. And a fucking paper blanket, I don't think that fixes it. Now, I don't know, an hour and a half after that interaction between the cop and the homeless person gone, yellow blanket just littered all over the grass. Nice little setup. You got these stores, this restaurant, this dental. Yellow paper blanket just sitting there on grass. Thanks, Claremont PD. Thanks for showing that you only care enough to hand out a paper blanket. Somehow you think you're doing a service to this community. You're protecting and serving. Who? Who are you protecting? Maybe yourself? Maybe you're protecting and serving yourself? You think you're doing a good thing by handing out a paper blanket. You think you're protecting, I don't know, them, but actually you're protecting yourself from having to do some serious police work and asking, hey, what's wrong? What's going on? How can I get you some help? Well, no, you can't be out here. This isn't safe for you or people. Come with me. Let's get you some help. Right? I think that's the Christ Christian good thing, fellow human thing to do. Not, here's a yellow paper blanket. Good day, sir. What the fuck? This is a day we live in. This is it. You know? And the people out there protesting. Well, imagine, instead of protesting, you went out there and got this homeless guy who's now has a paper blanket. If you went out there and helped him, instead of going out there with your stupid signs about Trump and your signs about ICE and all this and National Guard and blah, 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 dictating, why don't you dictate? Why don't you dictate? Put away those signs, grab yourself some clean socks, a shirt, some underwear, and start passing it out to these homeless people. Start asking them what you can do to help them even more. Why don't you put energy into cleaning up your damn neighborhood versus going to an ICE facility and protesting? What the fuck is that gonna do? Is that gonna make you more money? Is that gonna make me more money? You know who that does make more money? ICE. Yeah, because now they gotta hire more people. The state's going to be, the feds are going to be like, oh yeah, we need more people. Yep, let's hire more people. They're going to get more money. when all you had to do was just that same time and energy, put it into your neighborhood, put it into the homeless, put it into the old people, the disenfranchised. Show the government how it's done. Hold my beer, feds. No, I'd rather go out and burn shit and create traffic and hold up signs and yell and scream. That's gonna send a message. Yeah, the message it sends is, bring in the military, please, sir. Shoot them with pepper balls, please, sir. I don't get it. I really don't get what you're doing. I don't get your response. What I do get, what I do understand is them. The people behind the scenes who are manipulating you to go out there and do these shenanigan things. They won. They got you. They got you to get out of your house, waste your gas, your time and energy, paint, spray paint, whatever it is, got you out there, and then they harvested all of your energy. Then they used you as an excuse to get more money and to get bigger. And you fell for it. Oh, yeah, we're really going to show them. Come on, guys. No. And here's the thing. There was more of you than them, and they still won. Where are you now? Did you win? Did they stop deporting people? No. They're still deporting people. And you're like, that was last week. I'm good today. We're good. We're good. Everything's good. I don't know, people. You're being manipulated. You can't see it. And I'll send you another one. The manipulation, it's strictly so that you guys don't see what's coming. What's coming? This new financial system. They don't want you to know what's going on. They don't want you to know that the banks right now are secretly accumulating and getting ready for crypto. You don't know that. You're too busy hating rich people. And that's really how it's done. I fell into that trap in junior high. And, money's the root of all evil. They want you to think that stuff. They want you to have that negative relationship between you and money. And what I've learned after COVID is that money equals freedom. It does. During COVID, I came up. While everybody was locked away and couldn't work, I couldn't work either. But I had got, when you're in Hollywood and you freelance, you go job to job, you learn unemployment and you learn how to utilize that to your fullest. And I had a claim going, and I just, I had like 1 or 2 gigs, and so I just reopened the claim. And I had a claim going when everything got shut down. So I was already about to get paid. And because I had the claim going and everything that happened is a shit show, and they're just like, spend. They gave me extra. I was making, I don't know, $1,400 I was making more than that. I was making like $2,000 a month. Well, that was freedom. My rent was only $500. And then at a certain point, I didn't even have to pay that. Well, everybody was locked up and people couldn't do things. I said I didn't care. I had all this money to spend. You're going to keep me in this house? I don't think so. And I went out there. And every restaurant was so happy to see me. They're like, money! It was great. Went places, did everything I've ever wanted to do without having to interact with people around. It was awesome. But I learned what money truly was, the freedom it gave you. And I also got to see other people who were just like, fuck this, because I have this money, I'm out. You're not going to tell me what I have to get, what I can or cannot get, where I have to stay. And I did the same thing. I followed suit. I went to Mexico, and I was making good money, and now going to Mexico, it was like I was tripling my money. So I learned a lot, and I also grew a group of YouTube channels around me that I could tell really understood what was going on, and helped me understand what was going on. Helped me understand where I was funneled into this system, and how I was programmed to think that going to work was the only way to make money. And it wasn't until seeing and actually watching my money grow through crypto that I said, oh, okay, maybe there's something else to this. And then, that gave me, I guess, the confidence for me to start looking into, trading the markets, stocks, stuff like that. I started to see, okay, well, yeah, clearly you can actually make money like this and not have to work. I started asking, why doesn't everybody just do this? Why does everybody just go to work? Why does everybody think that's all you get? And what it is the elites, they're the only ones that have access to the real type of money that can allow you to learn these ways of making money. Most of this industry is comprised of and made up of people who went to these prestigious colleges like Yale and Harvard, MIT, like Stanford, all these colleges that really help make and mold the financial institutions we have now and in the past and in the future. And the way these people make money is through the various instruments that they make in finance, and also through trading and theories of trading, volume, learning all that kind of stuff, supply, demand, volume, technical analysis, all that. You learn that in those kind of colleges. And even then, not really. You just learn theory. And these people that go to these colleges, well, they've got connections that put them into these jobs where they intern, they get paid to intern, they learn how to trade. But even then, it takes them years of interning to ever get to that part where they're trading or they're learning how to trade. And I guess it's been a slow integration for people to understand this, but I guess the pickup would be, once all of this went to the internet, understand the only way to trade back then in the 80s and 90s was, on the trading floor. It wasn't until, the internet where people were like, well, I can do this from home. So it's getting to a point now where almost everybody, for everyone, it's very common to have Wi-Fi in the house. There's people now with Starlink who live out of vehicles who have Wi-Fi. So it's real common now for people to be able to work from home or stationary from wherever they're at and make money by trading. There's a lot more information now, channels, schools, academies on how to trade. But mainly for me, learning how to trade crypto and then applying what I learned from there into stocks is how I learned. Now, the theories are a little different, however. What I learned in trading crypto and was able to apply to stocks was the actual trading, the actual software, the platforms, funding my account, paper trading, all that kind of stuff. But the theory behind it, as far as buying low, selling high, it's kind of different between stocks and crypto, because with stocks, it's a mess, man. In cryptos, it's still a mess, but cryptos for some reason do this sin wave where it goes up and down, up and down, up and down in a timely fashion. Literally, you can't just buy low and sell high. So my point of all this is that when I found out the things that I found out during COVID, I said, I'm done watching movies, TV shows. I mean, I was already done before that, based on the fact that I worked in TV in Hollywood. When you work in TV and film in Hollywood, you're spending 15, 16-hour days on set. It's kind of hard. I mean, there's two types of people in Hollywood TV film. There's a type that's so excited to be in it, works in it, and yes, consumes it completely. And then there's the other type. There's me, who works in it all day long, and because of that, I don't want to see a damn thing. I don't want to watch anything. It's hard, for me at least. Whatever I watch, I'm like, oh yeah, they probably came in at 4 a.m. for makeup on that one. Totally. And look at the hair. That's a timepiece period. So you know they had to have at least 6 makeup artists. That's all I'm doing. I'm figuring out how production made this work. I can't any longer get immersed in stories. It's too technical for me now. I see things and I'm like, that's not possible. There's no way. Like, anyway. I stopped watching TV. I stopped consuming entertainment. And I just said to myself, if I can't learn anything more, I don't want it. I don't want it. And when I started learning how to make money this way, I realized, oh, well, they don't want you to make money this way. Because if you're making money this way, who's going to do the manual labor jobs? So they needed a class of people who were never going to learn how to trade, who was never going to learn how these financial instruments and stuff works, how to make money off it. But they messed up with the internet. So instead of going out there and doing what you're doing, what you really should be doing is figuring out how to protect yourself financially, how to make more, how to, I don't know, have a revenue stream of income on top of your job to replace your job. Just something. If you said, fuck Trump, fuck ICE, fuck the National Guard, they can go fuck themselves. They can stand out there on the sidewalk all day long. Let them. Fuck them. Fuck them. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to figure out what kind of business would be the most efficient. Just, you know what I mean? Fuck them. It's all about you, baby. You. And that's what it is. That's exactly it right there. They want you to forget about you and concentrate on them. That's the name of the game. And that's what happens when you go out there and protest. It's all a distraction. I can't tell you how much of a distraction it is. And they want you distracted right now. The banks want you distracted right now. Because right now, while you're distracted, they're buying. You know, for the past all of September, XRP has just been like, boom, 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 boom. It went from 350 to 310 to 290 to 280 to 270. It's back up to 290. And, you know, there's a lot of people that are upset about that. Like, why is it going down? It's not $3 anymore. It's $2. And I'm just like, you don't get it. You just fucking do not get it. You think these banks and institutions want to buy this shit at do you want to? I bought XRP at 22 cents. You fucking think I want to buy XRP right now at $3? No! Am I going to buy it at $3? No! Because now it's showing me new higher lows, which is 270, 280. I'm going to wait for it to go back down at 270, 280 again, and I'm going to buy back. And I know it's going to go back to 270 and 280 again, even though right now it's climbing back up to 3, and it's probably going to go to 310. It's going to ride some other coins popping, and it's going to do good. But it's going to go back down to 370, 380, 280, 270 again. You want to know why I know that? Because the banks don't want to buy at $3. And they're just going to keep accumulating and accumulating. They're just going to keep doing these things so it can keep dipping, coming back up, dipping, dip. And every dip, those banks are buying. And I'm buying too. Do you think I like buying a coin that I found at 22 cents? Do you think I like buying it at $2? No, I don't like buying it at $2, $2.80. But I do it anyway. Because I know what the game is. And I can see what's happening. This is all a distraction so that they can buy more. And you buy none. When it dips, it's a distraction so that new incoming XRP buyers or other crypto coin buyers, like, oh no, it's dipping, sell it. Which dips it even more. And they're going to buy some more. It's all about buying more, getting over on you. And to the people who are in the streets, you're an easy get over on you. You're not even playing the game. You're not even in it. You don't even know that there's a game. You're fighting people you can't win over. You're not going to win over ICE or the military or Homeland. You're not going to win over Trump. None of this is going to work on your end. What you're doing is not going to help illegal or legal immigrants. It's not going to help you. It's not going to change Trump's mind. It's not going to change. Oh, they don't like what we're doing? That's it. Let's go, guys. Let's get out of here. They're not happy. Let's go. Bye. That is not going to happen. But you are going to waste your time and your energy, and you're not going to invest in the things that they are investing in right now. You're not going to take time out of your TV schedule to look and see, what is this crypto shit our stupid president is saying we're going to be the capital of the world of? What? All these crazy people have been talking about this crypto. Now the president, what? That is your cue. That is your cue. That is your message to figure this out and play the game. Fighting the game isn't playing the game. Playing the game is learning it and playing it. It's that simple. And if you don't, and you continue to go with your hate, you're just going to be left behind. Sucks. Sucks royally. But you can't say nobody warned you. This is how it's going to be. So now that the government is shut down, let's see what happens. I can't wait to see. I mean, am I happy the government shut down? Kinda, yeah. Kinda, yeah. I'm happy because it's gonna shake things up. There's a lot of people who shouldn't be working for the government. There's a lot of people that should be working for the government that shouldn't be working for the government. And there's a lot of talented people that put their talent away and started working for the government. Well, we're at a point now where the government doesn't need as many of you anymore. And instead of just telling you that, this is how they're doing it. Because it's the only way you people respond. You know, Trump was warning you guys. He even came out with this stupid little thing called Doge. They're trying to warn you what was going on. And the thing of the matter, the truth is, they don't need you, not because of, it costs, well, yeah, it costs too much, yeah. And that's mainly it. They can get a lot done without you if they implement AI. That's the next step in the government. Not just AI. They want to blockchain the government, and they're going to do it. There's no stopping them, because this is how they feel they're going to save money. And in some instances, they are. And in some instances, blockchain is a little bit more efficient than human beings, especially the government. So, bravo. Shut it down. Don't bring it back up till people are ready to act right. Till people can really prioritize their life correctly. Because right now, people, they've lost their complete ability to read the room. And it's got them in the streets with signs to protest things they'll never be able to change. That's where we're at right now. Not me, baby. Not me. I'm paying attention and I'm investing. I'm investing so that whatever they have planned for us around the corner, I can just opt out. Here's 100,000 million cryptos. Bye. That's where I'm at right now. What if they do something where you can't have your crypto unless there's a digital ID? One, I already told that's not going to happen in America, but if that does happen, I have a plan for that. I studied during COVID. I said, you know what? This is a test. This is a test. This is a test and an experiment. These people want to know how we're going to react, what we're going to do. So if you're experimenting on me, guess what, assholes? I'm experimenting on you. I'm taking notes. If this is what you're doing now to experiment, well, I can only imagine what you have in store for us on the real and what you've perfected based upon your research with these tests and experiments. That's okay, I'm watching, and I'm doing my tests and my experiments based on your tests and your experiments. See, I turned it around. But I really did. They gave their hand away. A little bit. And if you were paying attention, and you understood how the big corporations got their handouts, how those big corporations and companies were able to have more freedoms than you, how certain people who were able to pay for things had more freedom than you. Certain people that did certain things didn't have to get a vaccine like you did. I was part of COVID. I was part of COVID compliance. I never looked for my card. The first 2 companies I worked for, they didn't ask for any jab card. I learned a lot. I'm just saying, people. Put down your signs. Put down your paint cans. Put down your your tennis shoes, get your computer, start investigating, start figuring out this new system, because it's truly going to give you your freedom. Not you marching around for it. People have been marching all over the place. What has it done? Nothing. Alright, my friends. Stay cool. Get your crypto. We'll talk later when the more events or more info comes out on this government shutdown 2025. Later.